48-7, we are the Rugby Championship winners for the first time since 2019. We're here at Bishop Jean de Villiers and Mr. Villiers and Deon Fourie, World Cup winner, join me on the Boks Office, which is now open.
Can we show that clip of the streaker getting tackled?
Yes, sir.
You got concussed, jeebus, bro.
Like on the golf course.
Yeah. I think those lighties were like the tackle technique was brilliant.
Yeah. But that's what they do. They rent rugby players.
Yeah.
To be security post game.
To tackle.
And those guys.
Those were youngsters though. Those are.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So they arrive in their rugby kit. They are ready to tackle. That was the guy's moment.
It was the one massive oak. Must have been about 150 kilograms. It took about 4 of these oaks to bring him down. The oak was
as well.
No, but they got him down, but the oak was like on, but he couldn't get down. So the guys would tackle him again. And then one oak was grabbing one shoe, another guy on his back. And the guy stood up with this oak holding him around the neck. And the oak wouldn't go. You think the oak needed a taser or something, but he wouldn't go down. Welcome back, guys, for the final episode of the Boks Office till the autumn series. Scotland, England, and Wales. Skulkberger isn't here. He is off to the Alfred Dunnell.
Yeah.
St Andrews, tough life.
Struggling,
yeah.
Yeah.
Open side flanker replaced by a mini open side flanker.
John, welcome, boys. Welcome. I like you guys look like bouncers with those jackets on, but it's fine. I understand it's cold out in Paul.
Can we talk about the weather?
Yeah. It won't go away.
Yeah.
There's rain.
Yeah, hear that. The wind even now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hailing on the way here from Paul today. It's meant to be spring, summer around the corner, but it's not coming, eh?
Yeah. You work in Claremont, but you live in Paul.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I understand the logic.
Yeah.
Drive an hour every day, stuck in traffic, 2.5 hours, but you live down the road. You can stay in my neighborhood.
Thank you. You never invite me. Close to school.
Because you always try to beat traffic in and out.
Yes, you try and do that.
Deon, how you been going, man? What was like a couple of brandy and cokes watching the test this weekend?
Yeah, not a couple, more than a couple. I think it was a long weekend, but it was nice, full package of rugby. It was URC was starting again. Stormers, unfortunately, didn't win the game afterwards, so it was a bit of a damper after the Boks won the championship. It was the Stormers, but it's early stages of the thing.
But Deon, your voice sounds a little bit.
It's the wind. It's the weather.
Okay. Nothing to do with yesterday, late Sunday braai.
Sunday fun day, no.
No, nothing like that.
No. Do you love a Sunday fun day?
I'm living for Sunday fun.
Is it? Is that when Deon comes alive?
It always starts with one glass of wine, and then it becomes more than one glass, and then the brandy comes out.
He never shies away, does he?
Sunday fun day.
Yeah. He never shies away from.
Okay, it's a rugby show. Deon, it's close to a year since you played 77 minutes in the World Cup final. Obviously injuries now. How's that been for you? I mean, it's obviously been very tough.
Yeah, it's challenging. I think I was fortunate enough in my 18-year career so far. I haven't been out of rugby more than 3 months ever for injuries.
Oh, sure.
So there's the first one that's 9 months. So it goes well, and then the knee puffs up, then you 2 weeks back. So it's emotionally and mentally it's a bit of a struggle. You know.
I just wanted to say the knee's fine. How's the?
Yeah. No,
how's the hamstring? Yeah.
The short one.
Yeah.
No, it's going better.
Yeah.
Especially the last few weeks, I started running and straight line running. So then you feel like you're getting there.
Yeah.
Got the boots back on the feet. So then that helps a lot. So it's moving.
How close are you to coming back? What's the
goal is the end of November against the Sharks. We play Sharks away, so that's the goal. But there's no rush. I'll make sure it's 100%.
You just signed another 2 years.
What? Did I? Not that I know of.
Have you signed it?
You in the coach's box. I'll ask you.
What's the plan though? Are you going to sign or?
What did you offer him, Shimmie?
No, I don't. Come on, it's not my decision.
No. I'm still contracted until July next year.
Okay, and then you're looking to resign. Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Let's see how I look when I get back. So
yeah, okay.
Because there's lots of great talent, young guys coming through as well. So yeah, it will be a gamble. I think.
But still, I mean,
gamble for who? For the Stormers?
The coaching staff. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because there's good youngsters coming through. So somewhere they must.
Yeah.
hand over the baton.
But but you keen to continue, obviously.
Yeah, I know.
You still want to get some international rugby back in you.
That would be nice, but I think the Boks doing so great, and and they also have to build for next World Cup. That's almost a year gone already, so they have to.
And then, have you been in touch with some of the coaches, the players, and the Boks setup since your injuries?
I spoke to Don yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Just quick chat over WhatsApp, and
Don Newman?
Yeah, Don Newman.
Is it? Okay, you must have been pleased with yesterday.
Yeah. So I asked him about, how's the feeling? He said, like, normal before test, stressful. And I told him, just vat hulle hawe toe. And then he sent back, or train station, like Yellowstone. The train station.
There's no train station. He loves Yellowstone.
Because the scrum struggled again on the weekend, eh? It was tough.
Have you ever seen a scrum like it? Now that you mentioned it,
It's
such a dominant scrum. A dominant scrum for such a long time.
Yes, from the very first one.
But if you think about it, you go back to 2019 World Cup final, or even before that, Wales, Japan was the quarters. If you think since then, since that World Cup, I mean, even the first game where we should have got Joe Moody kept collapsing, putting his elbow on the ground, from 2019 beginning of the World Cup till this last World Cup final, no one's given us. We've given everyone gears in the scrums.
No, well, I think it's undoubtedly we've got the strongest scrum in world rugby. but the dominance that we saw this week, and it's just, it's
something beautiful to see.
It is beautiful to see, but it's also, and we've spoken about it, is I think a lot of the times we have the dominant scrum, but we're not able to convert that into points on the board. If your line-out is not functioning, or if your maul isn't functioning, you get the penalty at scrum time, you kick it out, but you don't get points eventually, or you kick a goal and you don't kick your goals. Whereas this weekend, I think we were able to convert, and maybe the one question mark I still have is why we didn't get that penalty try early on in the game for that scrum. I mean, the whole scrum went over the line, and I think it justified a penalty try. Whether it's the first scrum of the game or the last scrum,
it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant, but no, flip.
It's quite funny, that scrum, because Ruan picked the ball up and he dotted it down, but they didn't give the try. Like, have you ever seen?
Was that what happened?
Have you ever seen a pushover try where the lock scores?
Where the lock scores the try.
But they didn't give the try because I think they brought it back.
That might have been the reason why. Because I didn't see it on the replay. Initially, I thought Jasper might have kicked it out or knocked it forward or something, trying to pick and go with it. But then obviously they'd conceded. I mean, Argentina had really bailed out of that scrum, so it was on penalty advantage, which means you would have scored the try if they hadn't.
Because what is...
Nokia picked the ball up.
You just need to stay straight, right?
Yeah.
So if they turn around and your scrums stay straight and you go over the try line, then surely it justifies that.
John, what's your take on the Springbok style of play? I mean, the evolution you've seen. Obviously, you're in a different regime during the World Cup and what you've seen between now and then.
Yeah, you can see what Tony Brown has brought in. More running off 9, 9 carrying a bit more attacking the pillars and stuff. And that's something that you have to get used to. I think it's difficult to get it right in a year's time, because guys need to change their style of play a bit. That's where the running 9s are going to come in a bit more, but it's definitely give us a more attacking mindset.
And as a loose forward, I mean, how would you have? Because the Stormers play kind of similar with the loose forwards in the outside channels. I mean, you just see Peter Steff, the way he's enjoying it, Sia, the way he's playing in that outside channels. I mean, that'll suit your game perfectly, right?
Yeah, I think it's always been there. Like you said, that Stormers get the two loose forwards at the end, and the one that operates in the middle, usually the bigger, like Jasper and those, and Evan. But it just brings a new dynamic to the play, and securing the outside ball as well, because you've got that loose forward there as well. So
you got obviously the one loose who works in the midfield there, the two on the outside. But tell me, Eben, 128 caps. What's he like off the field? We know what he's like. We all know what he's like on the field. What's the man like off the field?
No, he's actually a chilled out guy, but he's got that dominant, that presence around him. We always just feel that. For me as well, I'm the older one as well, but around him I always feel like he's the senior. He is a senior, but like he's the older senior. He's just got that presence around him, and you just feed off that.
Yeah, loves the brandy and Coke also.
Yeah, he brought it after the World Cup final. He had like 5 litre.
Oh, the KWV,
Yeah, KWV.
that
that he
special
brought,
edition.
that he brought after the final. So that was quite nice.
We managed to sneak on. I remember after the World Cup final, the liter of Coke with brandy and Coke, with a bit of brandy in it. When the box came, I'll send you the picture when the guys came around to celebrate. Someone, I don't know where we got it from.
On the pitch?
Yeah, on the pitch.
Oh yeah, we were busy with the interviews and
Yeah,
stuff.
who put that on?
Wasn't it
For some reason, wasn't it?
Eben,
No,
yeah.
but you wouldn't have had it. I'm sure you wouldn't have thought of. There was a Coke bottle, obviously with a brandy in it, and the guys came around and like have a sip here straight after the game during the final.
But it's Eben, just coming back to Eben, I think, it's so lucky to see when you, obviously we were there when he started off at the Stormers, and you see a guy growing into a role, growing as a player, growing as a human being as well, where I think you always knew that he had something special about him. Just his family and where he comes from as well, that ruggedness, that hard edge to him, and to see how he's matured throughout the years and how he's built his game around it, not losing that, but just increasing in terms of his skill set, and every single time he puts the Boks jersey on, it's just you're getting a standard that hardly ever dips below what's expected of him. So it's incredible, and the reality is he's still got a
150.
Yeah.
150 is the target,
His average,
more.
10 a year?
And more.
His average, 10 to 10?
More than 10 tests a year. He's
More than
averaging,
10 you take it to the next World Cup, 150.
Yeah.
150 plus a bit more, because also
incredible.
World Cup, there's
But
more tests.
I think the most I saw on social media, Alan Jones, 170. I think
Test
Is he that
matches,
much, Alan Jones?
170. I saw it.
Yeah, because it's Wales test matches plus British and
British
Irish
and Irish
Lions.
Yeah.
So, he's around about there.
170. I saw.
Yeah.
So probably that's a target.
Jeez, that's a big target.
Is Gregan is the most capped backline player? He was on 140 something, I think.
Now, isn't O'Driscoll?
O'Driscoll
Isn't
as well.
Brian O'Driscoll 147 or something? I think.
Because you think at lock,
Yeah.
like especially the way Eben plays and he throws his body around, that the guys wouldn't get, even Alan Wynne-Jones, that they'd get that far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You think it would be a scrum off or someone that doesn't take a lot of contact or...
No, but I think the longevity of a tight forward is longer than a backline player.
Yeah.
For example, or a loose forward, maybe pace-wise you miss out. And also, I think, with tight five, your impacts are closer impacts, where as
He was run off 9 and you got 3 Oaks waiting for you there.
No, I
There's
know,
there's no
but
close
there's a
impact
difference to that than running 20 meters each guy.
there. Yeah.
And the impact. So I think you have more as a tight forward. Look, I'm trying to say the tight forwards don't have big collisions. They do.
Guys, look at this last weekend's game. Mani was good this week.
Yes.
Him and Jaden Hendricks, I thought, as a combination,
Yeah.
were firing.
No, Mane was outstanding. I think after last week, all the backlash he got on social media and stuff, and what he produced this weekend was sometimes mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Those kicks, but that's just how he is, and just that's the head he has on his shoulders.
Yeah.
He can easily brush off like criticism like that, and he can just perform again. I've saw it with the Stormers.
It does seem as if that's just his character.
Yeah.
He doesn't get too, and obviously I think emotionally it must have some sort of impact on your preparation. But certainly when he goes into a game, it doesn't affect him too much. And even when he makes mistakes within a game, he's able to brush it off quite easily. So it's an interesting one though, because they took the kicking responsibilities away from him.
Yeah.
It puts him in a bit of a dilemma in terms of his value to a team, because there's obviously a lot of value to him as a 10, but now you almost need to separate the two and say, okay, we're picking our fly off. Who do we want as our fly off? And then you need to have another conversation and say, okay, who's going to be our goal kicker? And it makes it difficult to to justify your position if you aren't one that gets acknowledged as a goal kicker as well. So it's a tricky one for him.
Look, he'll certainly kick again. It's not...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how who's around him and the personnel around him. But also, it's the life of a kicker. It's the same thing, John. You play hooker. You miss a line out through in the first minute of a game. No one cares.
Yeah.
Miss it at the end of the game when it's a 1-point game and you needed to win that line out. Then all of a sudden, you cost the team the game.
Yeah.
Forget about the guy that maybe kicked the ball out short and gave you that opportunity or the knock-on or whatever it is. There's certain things that are more highlighted than others.
No, true.
In games, yeah.
But also remember, you've got to, as a player, whatever position you play, you've got responsibilities within that role.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to tick all the boxes. If there are boxes that you're not able to tick, then obviously the guys that you compete with, if they can do that, you're missing out. So as a hooker, that's a core skill. As a fly-off, we get used to goal kicking being a core skill as well.
Yeah.
If you've got a guy like Percy Montgomery who plays at fullback every single weekend and kicks at 90%, no problem.
Yeah.
But we don't have that in the box setup at the moment.
Yeah. Dion, you started off with Sash as a youngster in the Stormers team. What's your thoughts on his rise?
No, I think everyone saw what play is going to become. Unfortunately got that injury again on the knee. But yeah, it's down to earth Oak. Always. I remember when I was doing game ready, he'll go and fetch ice for me and stuff. So he's always down to earth, shake hands. So I think.
So is that how you define down to earth? The guys fit.
So he got ice for you,
Ice.
not for drinks.
That's on Sunday.
That's a Sunday.
That's my son. No, I think he's going to have a great career coming.
But some say he's one of the most talented we've seen. Obviously, performance he can determine. But I mean, I think So you hear like Dan Carter also played 12 and 10. I mean, John, you were a schoolboy prodigy. You know what I mean? But how much pressure is it on a young guy like that to sort of? I mean, you can. How old were you when you made Springboks?
21, yeah.
21.
But yeah, and I suppose my rise also the fact that I played one Currie Cup game and then I played for the Springboks. I didn't even play Super Rugby. So then...
Wow. Say that again? Joe Fanico went... How's this for us, Dad? Joe went from under 21 World Cup
played with him.
to Springboks.
Yes.
Were you in the team in Australia?
Yes, and he played again, and Richie McCaw was captain of the under 21s for the All Blacks, and both of them then went on and played
the same year?
Rugby Championship, yeah.
I think Eben as
and
well.
Joe was player of the tournament.
The S under 20s came 5th in there.
Yeah.
You guys weren't great.
No, I don't even think we ended 5th. Might have been lower down even.
How's that?
I think Eben he played Boks before he played Currie Cup as well, 2012.
Yeah, but he played Super Rugby.
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
that,
but he never played Currie Cup before he became a Bok. So.
What I wanted to say about Sasha, sorry, because that's the point you were trying to make, is that I think the pressure is just so much more these days because guys gets built up on social media, and they become great before they're great. In terms of social media and other people and there's a lot of pressure that goes with that because now the expectation is there. The expectation is being built even before you've really stepped up to that stage where I think it's tough and it's very, very dangerous ground because even it's almost becoming a Springbok is easy, but staying there is the difficult part because it's so easy to write a guy up and say, no, this guy's playing better than the guy that's currently there. Okay, he should be playing. He should be playing. And then he plays one game and then it's like, no, the next guy must come in. And because we have so much talent coming through in South Africa, it's so easy to just say, no, the next guy, the next guy, the next guy.
There'll be another social media schoolboy player.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Because look back at how many...
But you look at Damien Willemse, I mean, he's one guy that's lived up to... You look at the schoolboy highlights, everything, how he's come through. I mean, and he's been brilliant since school.
Yeah, he's won 2 World Cups at the age of 25. I think he's done all right.
He's done all right. He's tracking nicely.
He's tracking nicely. And even Sasha, up until now, Sasha has lived up to the expectation. And it's great when we see that. What's tough for me is to watch guys that gets blown out of proportion in terms of how great they are, and then that actually being the stumbling block for them to live up to those expectations. We don't want that, so we just need to be cautious of that. But certainly those 2 names that you've mentioned, they're living up to the expectations.
Yeah. Another one that pops up is Sharks, Lorenzo Julius.
Yeah.
But he seems to be playing, he did nicely on the weekend.
Yeah.
He seems, look, it's been a slower rise, I suppose, played SA under 21s, but he's still 21 or 20. He was still 20.
He's 20. He played this year.
Yeah, but he was playing this weekend, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Sharks, and he looked pretty good there in the URC. He's another one, the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but again, you know, one URC game.
Yeah.
His first URC game. So you want
The consistency.
We need to caution about building guys up too quickly, because yes, he could be a fantastic future Bok.
Yeah.
But you've got Luke on your arm, Jesse Creel, Damien Delende, Damien Willems who can play there.
Yeah.
You've got Dan du Plessis who's consistent at the Stormers. You've got Dan Creel
There's a
who's
lot,
playing great rugby at the Bulls. You know, and so the kind of Andre Estrazer, which I think is a great bonus for Lorenzo, playing with a guy like Andre Estrazer on his inside.
Esterhazen was good this weekend.
Yeah.
He was very good.
Big human being.
It's like a loose forward. I mean, he's bigger than a loose forward.
Yeah.
So he's massive. I mean, the way he played.
That's gonna be, I think if the Sharks get all their guys back and they're firing, they're going to be a difficult beast to stop.
But I think that's the issue as well, though, is that the fact that when they have a full strength squad, then they can put an unbelievable team together.
Yeah.
But you know that especially for the URC, you don't have those guys
30% of the time.
70% of the time you don't have them. You know, so you need to be able to have the guys that's not playing international rugby to be consistent throughout and to perform. And that's where where we have the question marks around the Sharks, because no doubt they've got a bloody strong squad, but underperforming when the Boks aren't there.
Yeah.
Argentina, everyone spoke about their discipline and how good it was before Saturday, 5 o'clock. And then kickoff happened. Was it Carreras got a yellow, Matera sent off? There's even a brawl at the end. I ran down to go do the interviews, and I see the guys fighting or scuffling right on the right-hand side corner. But dropped by their discipline, and a very good Springbok team.
Yeah. I also saw a thing about how many yellow cards we got in the championship. So
Yeah,
And how did we get a lot?
we did.
No, I remember Kirtley was Argentina.
Kirtley, Villiers,
I think it was like
Villiers was the one intercept, right?
yes.
He knocked, yeah.
We had quite a few.
I think like I saw like
Yeah, wasn't it Jasper?
Jasper, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That was a lot.
so our
Where did Jasper get his?
He got
I can't remember. Difficult questions. that you're
Was our
asking.
discipline, where did we rank? What, we were the worst in the championship?
second.
Yeah, second, yeah.
But the Argentinian yellow cards, I don't know if it's there's levels of discipline as well. Carreras, we still see so many times wingers giving a big chase and not being able to slow down for that impact situation.
Yeah.
So
I thought that was going to be a raid.
yeah, it could have been. It could easily have been, but I'm happy with that yellow outcome. I think it would have been tough. Yeah, I think
Because
it would have
Fassi
been-
actually braced up.
Yeah.
Obviously,
He did. He
tilted-
landed on his hand
on
first,
his hand
and
to
then
try to protect himself.
so he did well. But we see that a lot still in rugby with the wingers chasing. So you kind of feel, okay, is that discipline or is it just getting your timing wrong? It might be a timing thing. And then Matera, same thing.
that's-
He's an abrasive kind of player. There wasn't intent to go for the
The guy
head.
looks angry the whole time with that hairstyle over his mouth.
Yeah.
You see him. I saw them. I saw when they jumped off the bus. I was like, "Jeeves."
it's
The one of the camera guys said, "Jeeves, these guys look angry or something. What's wrong with these guys?"
He's a hard player as well. Played with
Have you played against him?
I played with him for the Barbarians long time ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he's
Good guy.
Good, yeah.
Good guy.
It's just hard. It's
Yeah.
hard people.
Yeah.
But good guy.
have you played against him?
Against him, I'm trying to remember if he played when we played
Must have.
Argentina.
Yeah.
I think last year and the year before when we played.
He
Argentina.
wasn't in front when you
No,
Kremer you would have played against.
against he was at Stade Francais.
Tough bugger.
Pablo was it Leicester?
As a youngster, he left
Yeah.
Leicester. Then
Was it Leicester?
Jaguares came around. Then he played there for a bit.
Yeah.
Then he
Crusaders.
he played for the
Crusaders.
Crusaders. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They won Super Rugby with them there.
Yeah. I think that would have been a fantastic learning curve for him. And then when he went back the following year, that's when they beat New Zealand in Christchurch.
Yeah. Said, I'm playing, you must respect us also, we're playing for my country.
Yeah.
I remember when they won.
Yeah.
And you got that steal at the end.
Yeah.
Deon, who's the toughest guys you played open side? The trickiest guys you played against?
Sure. George Smith. I played with George Smith.
I just wanted to ask
Leon.
if you played.
I played with George Smith in Leon. He was a year there, and yes, he likes his beer, but
yeah, I've heard he's a bit of a skulk.
So professional. The next morning he'll be on the watt bike and sweat all the beer out, and he'll just perform week in, week out. But good guy off the field. But the skill set that Oaks got on the field as well was astonishing. I must say, probably is one of my best memories. The guys I played with internationally was George Smith. I always remember that year I played with him.
He was also another 19-year-old that played for the Wallabies. I think. Brumbies at 19. I think Wallabies the same year.
2 Lion series.
Yeah.
Series. Yeah.
And then playing against.
Yes.
You can say no one. It's okay.
Yeah,
that's what Jean would say.
Pocock, like David Pocock as an open sider.
Super Rugby played against him as well, but yes, there's no one that springs
There's
to
no
mind
one
now.
untouchable.
And in the like in the French,
It's like when you ask Jean, who's the toughest guy he plays against?
I remember
myself.
everyone.
Just myself. Myself.
No.
My first game in Lyon, we played against Toulouse. So you're standing next to each other before you run on. Joe Tokori was standing next to me.
He's massive.
He is a massive human being. So I was like standing there, I'm like, Deon Fourie, what are you busy with? How are you going to tackle this in French? So he's just that's one memory I can. Joe Tokori is just a human. It's just massive.
Because sometimes I think that's the sad thing in a way. Sometimes you see a lot of these international players and they go and play in France, and we don't see so many of the games, and they have like unbelievable careers there. And I think you're a great example of that as well. Having gone there, having a fantastic career, then being able to come back and still be at a level where you play international rugby. Yeah. It's sometimes guys gets lost, and it's I want to still be able to watch everyone play.
Yeah. Look, the French do pull out some big packs though. Yeah. I still remember when
that La Rochelle pack.
Yeah, but I remember still when New South Wales, when Skelton and interviewing after the game, and you sort of watch from the commentary box, but when you stand next to the guy, I was just looking at his shoes. His feet, how big his boots were. Yeah. And then another massive guy was Israel Folau. You forget how big for fullback, how big Israel. I mean, he was massive.
But that Waratahs team you were speaking about, Skelton, Wycliffe Palu, Rocky Elsom,
Jacques
Potgieter. They had a proper.
Phil Waugh was still there also.
Phil, was he still playing? Yeah.
Yeah, he was there as well. Yeah.
Rocky Elsom.
Yeah, Rocky Elsom.
Yeah.
So now we hardly watch Super Rugby anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
Yeah. Look, one of the shining lights for New Zealand, I suppose, from Super Rugby was Wallace Satiti.
Oh, yeah.
He's a proper find.
Yeah.
He's been good.
And also Tamati Williams. Is it Tamati Williams? Yeah.
The new set prop, but he was there. He was in the World Cup, wasn't he, Deon? No. Yeah, he played in the final.
Yeah, he was in the final.
Was he? Wasn't it Lomax and De Groot?
De Groot.
De Groot?
De Groot.
De Groot?
Yeah, De Groot.
Yes.
And then Nipo Laulala and Tamati Williams as on the bench.
Not Fletcher Neal.
Can't remember.
No, it wasn't Fletcher Neal. They put the better scrummer because Nipo Laulala is a better scrummer.
And not Turinga Fassi?
No.
I'm just throwing names out there.
No. Look, we'll talk about the forwards.
Okay.
He was there. He was there. He was in the scrum.
But he had his eye.
I was in a day. I was so tired. I couldn't see out of my eyes at minute 70.
Mani Libbok, that cross kicking. There's certain skills that 100 Pollard, also that little one over the top.
It's great to see. It's great to see it just seems like they're enjoying it so much. I would love to see Damon Willemse in this setup as well now.
Yeah.
Because I think he will
fullback.
Absolutely fray. I don't care where. Because,
How do you select the team with him coming back and Sasha?
But Fassi.
I think over 40 players who have been used in this Rugby Championship.
The what?
Over 40 players.
Players used for the Boks. But so the big, what's our strongest team? With everyone fit, what's our strongest team? it's so difficult to, and a good difficult
Yeah.
to select a strongest team because take fullback now. Fassi has really played so well. You can,
stepped up.
Sasha
The
has
forwards sort
started a
themselves
couple
out.
there.
The pack
yeah.
that started this weekend is our strongest pack.
Oh, really? No Lotiaga, no Franco Mostert,
No, I'm not talking about the
Ergin
injured guys.
Snyman.
I'm not talking about
But
the
I'm
injured
saying
guys, yeah.
when everyone's fit.
Yeah.
Like it's off.
No, Deon, so you're not selecting Deon?
Awkward. Deon, you be my... We'll pick a starting team and an injured 15.
Okay.
And Deon starts any captains. At flank or hooker, you can choose.
Yeah, you
Deon.
can choose,
You can choose. No, but if you had to look at an injured team, I mean, Trevor Nyakane is still going nicely, funny enough, at the Sharks. He's scrumming nicely. So, look, obviously the injured guys, but surely this pack that started this weekend is our strongest pack that we can pick currently with the guys that are fit.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
Still
elaborate?
awkward, yeah. Okay, elaborate.
No, I agree. But it's more in the backs where I think I get excited to see what we have available. And it's going to be a difficult selection. End of year, different conditions. So, do we adapt? Do we? I suppose that'll be the big test now, is to see that when conditions change a little bit, do we stick to this game plan now, where it is a little bit more expansive, and how comfortable are we in being able to take it to the outside channels when the ball's a little bit more slippery, etc.
Yeah.
Or you just adapt accordingly.
Peter, Steph, Deon?
Just, no. I want to eat what they or drink what they drink. How that Oaks just
How does he
operates the whole time. But
for a big guy, he's incredibly fit though. Usually you get big guys that don't have an engine like that, but
It's got a massive engine.
yeah, he never stops.
fitness
that's-
testing,
that's
he must shoot the lights out.
Yeah, no, he was phenomenal again this weekend. Just all over the park, he just pops up and he's there and runs and cleans and tackles.
Tries?
Yeah, and it's not just the one or the other. He like defends really well, attacks really well.
Just constant, good at all the
does
levels.
the dirty work. Line out every now and then. He's a phenomenal rugby player.
That World Cup semi, obviously was chasing the sun. I think it's the first time I hear him talk at a team talk.
Me as well. But we listened.
But you listen.
But we listened, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, gee, it's unlike him because he just executes. He just gets on he just gets on with it.
Yeah.
And then tell me, okay, let's go back to the World Cup, that semi-final. I mean, that first half where we just flat to England seemed to be winning the many battles the whole time.
Yeah. No, they put us under pressure in the kicking game. We struggled with the kicking game, that semi-final.
Yeah.
And I think after the quarterfinals against France as well, it was that build up to that French test was so massive with the training and stuff and playing against France, and then we won that with 1 point. So I think mentally, emotionally, we were a bit drained as well.
Yeah.
Going into that semi.
And it was a day shorter.
Yeah, I think it was
turnaround.
we were playing on the Sunday. So I think everything played a part. But credit to England, they put us under pressure with the kicking game, and we couldn't handle that. But
it's going to be exciting in a month and a bit. Scotland and England and Wales, obviously.
And
but
Wales,
that England week build-up is going to be something else, I think.
No, it's going to. But also Scotland
are dangerous.
Scotland's a really dangerous side. I think Wales, probably of the three you would look at now, and it'd be you would think your easiest of the three. But then again, never easy there. And they, they are rebuilding as such, and they've had some tough times, but Scotland and England as the first two, that's going to be proper test matches.
It's interesting because Scotland's obviously, it's a Sunday game.
Yes.
So it's a short turnaround for the Springboks because they'll travel down, Monday recovery.
Same as the semi-final.
Yeah, it's the same as the semi-final. Yeah, it's going to be interesting that. And then England play, did they play All Blacks the week before?
Yes.
No, who did they play the opening game?
But they are playing the All Blacks.
Yeah.
All Blacks are playing Ireland, and France, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
That'd be nice as well. Also, I wonder how Rassie and them will select again. Get
because
young guys
we're in a good
through.
position.
Yeah, a good position now. You can give guys shots of playing international overseas as well. I'm just thinking like Cameron Hanekom from the Bulls.
Yeah.
He plays well. He's
Yeah.
playing well now as well. So are you going to give him a shot as well?
Yeah.
So that's also going to be the.
I mean, it's a good point because you almost look at.
Because the end of the year was always that time where you give few guys opportunities.
Opportunities,
Yeah.
but you know, in the squad.
Yeah.
Okay. But now our squad is so big.
Yeah.
Already our squad is so big. The guys that we've used, it's difficult even just to get in the squad.
Yeah.
Not even getting some game time.
Yeah.
You know, if we're saying we used 40 odd players in the championship.
Yeah. But I suppose you look at Portugal, where we made wholesale changes. A lot of guys got capped in.
But that wasn't championship, yeah.
Yeah, okay, excuse me, sorry. But they still played Springboks.
Yes,
Test
that's
match
correct.
rugby.
That is
Right.
correct.
Okay,
That is
so I'm saying that so far that's what they've used. And Wales also.
Okay, well, that,
But, okay, guys, another player, Apelele Fassi,
yes.
started off sort of out the mix for a while, but what a comeback he's made. He's playing like he did win as a, I don't know, 20-year-old for the Sharks.
No, he's
doing
playing
that for the
amazing
Springboks now.
He has been playing.
I think the
amazing
biggest question mark was his defence
Yeah.
before he came back now. And yes, he stepped up defensively the few games he's playing. It's
I recall the 3 tackles he made. He's another one that got a yellow card in that All Black game. The first one in Joburg.
Yeah.
The 3 tackles he made in the first 5 minutes of that game on the edges. I mean, fantastic tackles. You know, Caleb Clark, not a small guy to stop in that outside channel, and he made some proper try-saving tackles. So he really has been. He's been fantastic. I think, you know, if you kind of compare him with a Villiers Leroux, I think Villiers' kicking game is still pretty strong for us as well, where he's got the ability to kick open side and go for those 50-22s. And that's probably one area where Fassi still needs to step up. But, I mean, his attacking ability in the air, you know, he's been courageous there. He's done really well.
I mean, it's been a rebirth of the Springboks this year in terms of style. A lot of players coming through. Which guys out of the young guys would you say commands a starting position?
sure.
That's a good question.
I'll tell you, for me, it's Ranok. He slotted in seamlessly, his work rate, controls the line-outs. Obviously, there's guys that are injured that would come back in the mix, but for me, what he's shown now, he's slotted in comfortably. His work rate and the tackles
that's always been his game.
Yeah, it's always been.
I remember the last 2
You know,
years.
you want that hard-working guy.
Always,
Maybe you know he's got the good skills around the corner. Maybe not the most abrasive carrier.
No,
in terms of that's probably the work on. But for a guy that's come in there, he slotted in brilliantly.
Yeah.
Up to you guys now. Next week, give me the answers.
What's that?
Who are the young guys?
No, so I'm like,
What's the age gap? What's young?
What's young?
No, the guys that have come in.
The newbie.
Obviously, the newbies.
Newbies.
I mean, some of the guys have been and come back in.
So does Fassi count as a newbie?
Yeah, as a guy that's a rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, it's difficult not to select him now.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's tough competition there with Villiers and obviously Damien coming back. Sasha is part of the conversation as a starting fly-off. I think we're in a situation now where you can pick and choose depending on the game and the opposition. So conditions, who you're playing against, what does your pack look like, etc., and then you select accordingly. And I think with Fassi that's the case. With a Sasha that is the case as well.
I think we should throw our 2 wingers as well. Kirtley and Cheslin, also, both of them were also magnificent.
Cheslin was good.
Cheslin was,
He was on fire.
scary. You can step someone like,
No.
They're still trying to find him.
That's next level.
They're still trying to find him. They're still trying to find him.
then-
Deon.
my knees got hurt when I saw that.
But then you go back to the first game of the year against Wales. Okay? Can you remember who was the man of the match for that game? Edwil van der Merwe.
Yeah, Edwil van der Merwe.
And the game that he had in that. So, got injured since, but you've still got Edwil. You've still got Mapimpi, who played so well every single time he got the opportunity this year. You've still got Kane and Moody.
Yeah.
You've got Kirtley and
Cheslin.
Cheslin. Fassi can slot in on the wing as well. So the depth that we have is just next level.
Yeah. Look, Jasper Wiese as an 8 in the second half, sublime.
Beast mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard the commentator said Jasper Wiese has gone into beast mode in the second half. That was you.
Oh, well. But remember the 8 was always the contentious one, beginning of the season. You go back a month or 2 ago, who's going to be the Springbok 8? Eben was there. We tried. Kwaka played one of the games. And then who else? That was it.
Yeah, Evan and Kwagga.
And
Elrich.
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 Elrich. Now, Jasper Wieser's obviously cemented his position. In terms of world rankings of 8 now, he's got to be top.
Also, speaking about young guys, Ulrich has been outstanding as well.
He's been good.
Since championships.
He did step up. That's a good shot.
But Wieser, who's another 8 like Wieser? I mean...
No, but also, okay, Ardie Sevilla.
Yeah, Ardie Sevilla, yeah.
Ardie Sevilla, Gregory Aldred.
Yeah, Aldred.
Gregory Aldred.
I think Sevilla's still an open side flanker.
Kalen Doris for Ireland. I mean, there you've got three proper eights. Ben Earl, when he played for England during...
so it's going to be...
During the All Black...
Ben Earl, for me, was one of the best players for England and the UK. He was brilliant.
So you've got tough competition there. But I mean, what he has done, Jasper, he's stepped up this year. I think discipline has always been a bit of an issue there, and it seems like he's certainly not giving away too many penalties anymore. And I think that is something that he'll be judged on hard by the Bok management, is whether he can keep his discipline intact and then also just bring that abrasiveness, because he's really good with that.
Yeah, you're right about Ulrich though. I must say he's that sort of that position on the bench. He seems to have cemented it. Yeah, because his impact, he's got good feet, offloads, line out option,
runs hard as well. Difficult to tackle as well.
Him and Kwaka coming on.
Kwagga.
Yeah. Marco Van Staden was good last in Argentina.
Yeah, and then didn't even make the 23 for the last test match.
Yeah.
So again, coming back to my previous point, I think we've got the luxury of being able to really pick and choose depending on the conditions and the opposition, and we've got various skill sets in our squad in terms of the players that you can select. So it's not just who's your best, it's who's your best for that day and for the challenge on the day.
Tommy, so you look at those guys, but you look at obviously the players that have come in, but if you look at the collective from the Springboks, so Rassie has a review now of the whole Rugby Championship. Where do you guys think the key improvements would be?
I think our attacking game was on point this weekend, so I think during the championship we didn't fire as much as we wanted to on attack, I feel, but as the last, I think this game against Argentina we fired quite nicely. I don't know, probably. I think.
Let's look at the scrum was good. I think the maul came back when we needed it.
Yeah.
I think our defence at
I just want to say
so last week especially we got exposed, and even if you cast your mind back to the Irish test matches, even then on the outside channels we got exposed at times. So I think we saw at times lapses. I don't know if it's concentration and whether it's a system thing, but we weren't as solid as we normally are in terms of our defensive system.
And the jog.
And also, now the in-between that we have, whether we go hard or not, sometimes it just seemed as if we weren't in sync in terms of that. And then dropping off tackles as well. Yeah. Now, that's not I don't think that's a coaching thing. That's, maybe just on the day, the guys got
missed attempts. That's
missed attempts. But this weekend again,
defense was good this weekend.
Yeah, our work rate, ability to get up off the floor, still competing at the breakdown, but at least having 13 in the line. But I think it is a work on for us because we were exploited at times.
Yeah, but I suppose you look at Flannery's got obviously it's more. I think the defense is probably more connected with him. Where Jacques didn't mind the guys rushing up there. So I think where we got it wrong sometimes. One guy would rush up, but you never rushed up as a pair or three. So that created a dog lift. So if you rush up little past there, you straight through. Like the try I think that was scored by Argentina this weekend. The tries we conceded against Ireland, I think, was the two of the same moves.
Yeah.
Yes.
That drift and the short. Yeah.
Conor Murray both.
And we'd had the best defense till Argentina away from him. We'd only conceded 4 or 5 tries.
Yeah. So again, we in the pursuit of perfection, And
Pursuit of perfection. Listen, John de Villiers, all the way from Paul.
what?
Listen to you. That's brilliant.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Put that on a billboard.
The pursuit of perfection.
Yes. Oh shoot!
Oh, stop
What
it.
was and you're not
He's
going to
even
get
blushing,
you're not going to get a perfect game. So we're going to picking on small elements of our game now where we feel we can still improve. But I mean, yes, like to find fault in the way that we've played is difficult. Yes, you've got the one loss against Argentina, and I think it was because of our defence not being 100%. But yeah, the standard of our performances, you know, our work rate and the commitment is there every single week.
Yeah.
And every now and then, certain elements is just a little bit off, but that's what you get with rugby because we've got so many variables.
John, have you ever seen that line out?
When they did it, Rassie, I remember like a few years ago, Rassie always like, let's try something like this, exactly like that in line.
Oh, did he say that? Yeah.
And then they did it. But yeah, Rassie's always been speaking about doing something like that. But yeah, it was funny.
But I mean, you've worked with Rassie for a long time. Some of the innovations, I still remember when I was in Free State, scrum set up, let's say close to the line. The scrum off would go at loose forward and Joan Smith would feed the ball in. Then you do an 8-9, but you've got him running towards the backs instead, you know. Yes. There's a lot of innovations that he's done
and he said,
on the field.
You always say, I think when you play for the Free State, long time, you can't do it anymore, but they'll lift in the line-up and they'll just start walking.
Cats. He did that with the cats.
And just start walking until the back until it's open and then we can throw.
Yeah.
He's always
pushed it with
the limits,
I'm trying to think, what other ones? Bomb squad?
No, well, Cheslin feeding the scrum and the line-out.
Yeah. I saw Reinach walking towards the line-out this turn. I thought, oh, no way. He's not going to throw the ball in. I honestly thought, because I saw him walking there, I'm like, yeah, these guys are about to do a swap. And because I saw him once, I think at training, I think he might have been stuffing around, just working on his line-out throwing. So I thought maybe there's a line-out where he throws in.
But I think it's brilliant in terms of just making the opposition think a little bit more, having to analyse a little bit more, not seeing the same pictures. And Ireland was really good at one stage with that, especially with the line-outs. I'm talking 10 years and more back, where they actually caught us quite a few times at the line-out. You know, then they do the maul, then they do the shift maul, then they do the feed off the top. And I suppose as a forward, you know, it's difficult to be able to cover everything. So with Rassie there now, you know, I'm loving the innovation, and I think Tony Brown just adds to that as well. Yeah. You know, he brings a lot of stuff. We actually saw
the Tony Brown there,
the reverse.
It didn't but you saw that with the Highlanders years ago.
Yes, yeah. Tanaka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I'm trying to think of the other innovations. We used a lot of four-man lineouts this year. We attacked a lot from four-man lineouts. We built from there.
And obviously we did the same lineout, but the throw from the top to the front.
World Cup final, remember 2019?
The maul.
Line out the maul.
Yeah.
You take it up there.
Yeah.
So there's lots of stuff. Hopefully we can see some of those flamboyant backline moves that the All Blacks used to do with like Jonah and Christian Cullen, you know, where there's like a loop, dummy, switch, back loop. And then
no, we did it against New Zealand. We over the 15 and then the backs came in the short side.
Yeah.
Did it twice actually.
Yeah. Look, with Jonah, all the guys just give the ball to Jonah and follow him. Because they know Josh Kronfeld scored all his tries from Jonah. It was offload.
Christian Cullen as well scored so many, being able to, you know, with Jonah stopping the guys. So it's how you use the dummy runners as well.
All Blacks got a win in Wellington.
They did.
Which is it's a collector's item. Wellington's not, I don't know why they play there, because it's not a happy hunting ground for them.
Yeah, they've lost was it 5 in a row?
Yeah, they lost to Argentina. I'm sure they lost to Ireland.
Yes.
I'm trying to think who else. They lost to us there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was quite a few, but I mean, good win for them. And I think more on Australia, it's good to see them being competitive.
Yeah.
Not getting the win, but being competitive, and it seems like they're on the up there, a bit of consistency with their team selection.
Good coach as well, Joe Smith.
Yeah.
Where do they rank now? I know the debate's always there.
Who? Australia?
No, not Australia. New Zealand, Ireland, and us. We've just
What
won the
if-
Rugby Championship. Ireland and New Zealand.
Yeah. No, but what is the world rankings now? Are we?
I
back
still
at
don't
one,
know
or
how
is-
they
or
work.
is Ireland. So after this win on the weekend, so
Yeah.
obviously Ireland couldn't have moved.
Yeah.
They didn't play. So they couldn't get more points.
If Ireland played New Zealand on neutral ground now, who would win?
I'd go for Ireland.
Ireland, no.
Just more settled, more experience.
Yeah.
Because World Cup, I mean, I remember you mentioned World Cup, but Retallick, Aaron Smith, and
Sam Whitelock.
Whitelock,
Mwanga,
Mwanga.
the flanker, Shannon Frizzell.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'd go Ireland.
yeah.
I'd go Ireland, just more settled.
But we still won the World Cup, so.
So exactly. No, we number one. We can't even have that debate. We can't. Or just,
Yeah, I agree.
I tell you
I
what,
agree.
I'm looking forward to the next time we play Ireland and France away. I think just the build up to that game, Deon. I mean, considering it to be,
Yeah.
Obviously Ireland, they still win one, lose one. There's a third test that's still lying in the mix there, and then also obviously France. What do your French mates say about us, Deon? Let's open the circle.
I don't have French, mate.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I'd love to see a full strength French team
Yeah, incoming series next year.
do a series in South Africa.
I don't think we'll see that.
Yeah, I don't think so
Well,
either.
I think the season's too
I
long.
would love to see that.
So those guys need a break before they get into the next one. So they always take a BC
Yeah.
team on interview. It's almost like a development tour for them, which is a pity.
It's sad because even Ireland travelling to South Africa, it's such a rarity. You know, we
Yeah.
saw, I mean, Johnny Sexton
Yeah?
visiting South Africa for the first time ever
Yeah.
with a South Africa All Black game, a Springbok All Black game. You know, he never. So obviously Leinster always brings a weakened squad to South Africa, and Ireland only tours here once every 8 years, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I would, and the French never bring their strongest squad, so it's a pity.
Yeah.
But
we'll be good.
we don't know who we're playing it in the incoming tour.
Next year, no, we don't.
We play Wales a lot.
No, but
Jeez.
no, it won't be Wales. It'll probably be France or
I think it will be
Italy or
France.
something like, because it's a Lion series.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Yeah,
think
in
it will be
Australia. See how
France
I'm,
would be good.
see how I'm
Look
thinking.
at you, listen to you.
Yeah, thank you.
You still got the Lions winning that series
Yes,
quite easily.
yes.
Okay, cool. It's time for the end of season awards, guys.
Thank you.
Well,
thought you were awarding it
we're
to-
all going to put one name forward.
Yes,
Okay, player of the season.
for Rugby Championship now.
Eh?
We're talking Rugby Championship
Oh,
or
Yeah.
Springboks or
No, Rugby
yeah.
Championship. We'll open it up.
Player of the season.
Yeah.
Peter Steph to
yeah.
Oxen chair.
It's a good call. Good shot.
Best try.
Sure.
Curtly Orance's one on the weekend that was disallowed.
It would have been the best try.
Yeah.
Oh,
The ref should have just given that.
Yeah.
Curtly's one against Australia as well, where I don't know how he got through.
When he
the whole
danced
pack.
right through the middle.
Yeah.
Right through the pack
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And scored.
Yeah.
That was like how he
Yeah.
got through there. That was literally through the
I
whole
need-
pack of.
I need to think back of the tries that we scored.
I still remember we scored a good one, Ireland, the opening game against Ireland.
Oh, Curtly as well at Loftus.
Yeah, it was,
The
remember we went
opening
coast
try.
to coast,
Yeah.
then we went down the far
Yes,
side.
that was Curtly as well.
Yeah, biggest shocker, shocking moment.
Biggest what?
Biggest shocker or most shocking moment?
That's can't put guys on the.
Then also.
I can't put
Uncontested
guys on.
scrums against Australia.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
a good one. I'm gonna go with
Uncontested
that one.
scrums against Australia.
I'm not gonna speak about kicks at all. Yeah,
Because you don't want a game, no one pays to go watch guys. Actually, there's
league.
no,
You do.
League.
Call
You
it
do.
league,
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a union game, not a league game.
Yes.
I suppose for me, you look at that Ireland game when you clawed our way back in the last 2-3 minutes. I mean, it's great for Ireland. But I just, you know, when the final whistle went and people couldn't believe that Ireland had just
That
won
drop
this.
No, I mean, you can.
It's a great moment for Irish rugby, but
Kieran,
for us,
Kieran Frawley second drop kick
Yeah.
could be the shocking moment.
yeah,
because,
for us it's great. For them it's great, sorry,
Yeah.
but for us, I think people in the stadium were still shocked 10 minutes after the game, like what literally just happened here. Because we did so well to get back into it.
It was 2 phenomenal drop kicks.
I suppose what also took us, a lot of people by surprise, was the changes in selection.
Yeah.
Because we made a lot of changes for...
Every week.
Yeah, every week. I mean,
Every single week.
40 of them.
Yeah, exactly. It was different. You know, if you look generally, most teams, you look at the All Blacks consistently. Australia selected the same team, Ireland. We made the most changes in terms of, and it worked for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Best new find discovery.
Best new find discovery.
Yeah.
No, I'll go Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sasha has to
Not
be
a new find, but I really feel like
No, but
Elrich.
they-
But Elrich, I feel
Yeah.
like he's not a new find. He played 2 years ago, but I think how he stepped up
This year, yeah.
this year is
Who was the... Okay, I'll look at the different teams. Who was the Albinos for Argentina? I thought was good. Satiti for New Zealand, I thought was very good. The Ireland fullback,
Yeah, Osborne.
Osborne, I thought he was, in terms of a find, he was good.
Yes, really good.
Australia,
I think, you know, well, not a find, but was it Tom Wright, the fullback?
yeah, he played. He found,
Yeah, he's been playing well.
yeah, those.
So, like, yeah, he's kind of a... They've got such a young squad, actually,
Yeah,
that he's been there and thereabouts, but, like, he's been the best for me.
yeah. Okay, here we go, guys. The next Bok captain.
When,
From 2 former Bok captains.
unofficially.
Hey, you were captain World Cup final. Taking a run with the deal.
when's this team?
No, we're
when's
just
this
saying in a couple
captain?
of years' time. Obviously, I mean,
They're bringing someone to
yeah, well, Moon.
yeah.
I mean, I mentioned it a couple of shows ago. I think Sasha's got the capabilities of being
Captain
able,
juniors, yeah.
Yeah, he has captain juniors, and you know, if you think of 2-3 years' time, you know, he would have matured into the box setup, probably a, you know.
You lead at 10 anyway.
Yes. So he's definitely a contender there. I've said it before. I struggle to see any others. Maybe Ruan Okia.
Yeah, captain the Bulls.
Captains the Bulls.
yeah.
He's now there. You know, in the box setup. Ergia and a Franco and a Luet probably won't be there in post certainly 2027. So I think those two.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Talking about Bok captains, how good has Sia been this year, though? Playing ability, even the way he spoke after the game.
Yeah. No, he's
You just put the microphone in front of him, the crowd goes wild. They just start cheering.
yeah. It's amazing how, because we know him from younger days. Just how he progressed and grew as a captain, as a man, as a speaker as well. The way he just speaks, you listen as well. So just since I've known him from under 21, 20s until now, 2 different human beings.
Yeah.
You played together. Had you gone to France by the time we'd come through, or you were still at the school?
No, I was still
Still
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I was still
Still, yeah, because he
But
started.
you were a hooker then, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
You
started.
miss playing hooker.
Huh?
You miss playing hooker.
Do you?
Nah.
Do you?
I look at those live scrums now, I'm like, no way.
No chance. If I can just say something on Sia, I think, and it's maybe part of the whole Bok captaincy debate and conversation, is that you need to be a leader on and off the field.
Yeah.
So it's the responsibilities of being able to be a captain on the field and make calls there. And I think what Sia has realised is that, you know, and I think for any leader, you're not great at everything. So it's being able to plug in guys that can help you with areas of your leadership that you struggle with.
It's called shared leadership.
Yeah, and he's been able to surround himself with really strong guys in terms of that. So the leadership group, I think, is really strong in terms of making decisions on the field, but then off the field. I mean, Sia is just next level in terms of the ambassador that he is for the Springbok game, for South Africa, for rugby as a whole, and there he's just next level.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes guys miss out on that. So you select a guy being your captain, but he needs to be able to to fulfill
Especially
the
for
role
the-
off the field as
for
well.
the box as well. That's
Yeah, when you're with
such
the
a
box.
big image. Yeah.
When you're with the
For South
box,
Africa.
and that's sometimes more difficult than the on-field leadership.
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Brilliant. Deon, good luck with your recovery.
Thanks. I have to go and run now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I will
You
not be
seem
joining.
very excited.
I will not be. Good luck. Enjoy. What you doing? What? Change of direction now. Up, down.
Yeah, starting today, and then I've got a 10K watt bike session afterwards as well. So,
Is that all? 10Ks.
yeah. as fast as possible.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good luck, Deon. Good luck with your recovery. Hopefully, we see you back on the field. Thanks for joining us again on the Boks Office. Let's Skulk Burger. Enjoy the Alfred Dunhill. Poor little thing. Hopefully, it's raining there. Well, look, we'll hear all about it. JDV, thank you very much.
Thank you, Shimmie. Thank
Off
you.
to the office now.
Libbok.
All the best. Head of philanthropy.
Can you just say your quote again? For
Which one?
The one.
In the pursuit of perfection.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We are all in the pursuit of perfection.
No, well done. It sounds like a Citadel ad, that. It is.
That's not.
Thank you very much. We'll see you at the end of year tour. We'll catch up again on the Boks Office. The Rugby Championships over. The South Africans managed to get it over the line. We are proud of the Springboks, and we'll catch you in a month's time in the end of year tour. Jean de Villiers hopefully will be joining me. Deon, if you want a couple of brandy and cokes in the UK, more than welcome to join us again. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you very much for supporting us. We look forward to all your comments. The Boks Office is now closed.